So anyway, yes, there is a whole lot of great stuff here. And if you're wondering about the little blockiness, that's because I ran out of space on my memory card. Again, I'm shooting with a DSLR camera. Now, if you recognize some of these cars here, I would not be surprised. A lot of them are movie cars. They're made by Greenlight. I would highly recommend them for a layout if you plan on one. You can get them pretty much anywhere. And just a little side note to the Hooker chemical car disaster, the tank car that's leaking the toxic whatever and is actually being cut apart by the little welder with the LED torch. The joke here is that my mother used to work as a saleswoman at Hooker Chemical, but and she was treated well. You know, it was not a situation where there was one company where she worked where it was a nightmare, but we just figured, you know, you might as well get something with a family connection to it, and that's kind of our little joke with Hooker Chemical. We don't really have anything against them, and we sure they have a sense of humor. So there we go. And look at all of these accessories that I was showing you yesterday. Here are the other sides. Like, this is the coal bunker, you know, where it actually loads the coal up that ramp. Well, here's where it goes out into the coal car. Likewise, this log loader where I showed you, you know, the one side, here's where it actually goes out the other side into the car. Here is the American Flyer sawmill. And again, I don't know where Dad put the boards. I think he actually ran into a problem with this. I think he needed to oil it or something, and I don't know where the boards are. But this accessory is really cool, the one I'm focusing on right now. What's so cool about this is, and unfortunately it's very complicated because you have to really weight it, but this actually will take this coal bin will actually go up, dump the coal into here. You can dump it into the coal car, and then the coal car will dump it right back in there. Now, one of the other very interesting ones that we have is this manually operated coal bunker, where what you do is you can actually go down like this, and there is an option where you can just put a motor in to vibrate the bottom, and it will actually shake out simulated coal into the back of this truck. Now, we don't have it hooked up. There are a lot of accessories we have that we don't have hooked up, but we plan on doing so, and that is one of them. And if you recognize some of these cars, again, chances are you've watched TV in the past, or movies. These are some of my favorite cars here. This is actually a ballistic missile car right there. You can actually launch the ballistic missile right out of there. This works on the same principle, but it actually launches a helicopter. And let's see if we can get a shot of the chopper inside there. Yeah, there's the chopper. So that is another one of those. Okay, most of this. Oh yeah, this is what's known as the Army Diesel. Again, that was from that 1960s Lionel Space Age era. It's got the missiles that I showed off when I decided to attack the dirty commies using this same mechanism. And the same mechanism was also used on this car here. Although that one's a little flimsy for some reason. The mechanism will only cock 3 of the missiles, as opposed to all four, which it should do, so it's mostly decorative. Now here, this car may not seem exciting. It's a Czechoslovakian CSD state railroad car. Nothing really exciting about that at first, until you consider that this is completely handmade. And it runs, it works great, but it is handmade. Now let's see, just pan across, see what cars we go over. And a lot of people might be wondering, you know, why do you have so many Australian cars? Well, let me show it to you this way. I mean, this is a classic Ford from the 1950s. It's made by Trax Models, but notice the steering column. It's on the right-hand side. It's basically just an American car with right-hand drive. It's pretty much just a 56 Ford with right-hand drive. And of course, we also have that with this Mercury here, this 1950 Ford, and this 1951 Ford here. So Australian cars are fun. This is an Argentine Willys pickup truck. They called it the Baccaiano, I believe. But enough about the cars. I mean, that's something where I'm probably getting overly technical. But, oh, well, since I am ostensibly showing this video to a bunch of people from Core Ed Core and School of Community, I might as well show you the significantly large Catholic church that I have, in addition to St. John Paul's car right there. And I think that's Pope Pius XII Cadillac. So we have some cool stuff. I also have St. John Paul II's Volga somewhere, where he had that in Poland. A lot of this stuff is actually handmade, like the Christmas shop, my mother made that. The Gardner and Ness shop, my dad made that. Stop Civilian Review Boards, that's a gift from the NYPD. Very old gift from the NYPD, I might add. That was given to me before Dad was even, or before I was even born, before Dad was out of the city. Here's another homemade. This is our synagogue. We actually have a synagogue because Dad's Jewish, of course. And let's see. If I can get some arty looking views here just by panning the camera around. And what I'm waiting for, of course, is the train to come careening down and then pull it away. And by the way, even though, as I discussed in the first video, we did not opt for IR sensor block signals, we actually do have this track electrified, meaning that the third rail, the center rail, actually is live. The two outer rails are the ground, and if you zoom in, you can see that the passenger cars are lit.